that things for the Venezuelan people will get better.
Well, tonight, a Panamanian American living in New Orleans gives advice and insight into Venezuelans who face uncertainty with Maduro's capture and arrest.
That's because his family lived through the arrest and dismantling of Panama's dictator Manuel Noriega in 1989. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live with that emotional reaction. Jasmine?
Yeah, Stella and Gina, tonight the restaurant owner that lives here in New Orleans says he vividly remembers the invasion of his home country, Panama, decades ago and the impact it still made today.
My family being from Panama and already having experienced this, it's kind of not really a unique situation. The United States has invaded pretty much every country in Latin America at some point.
Adolfo Garcia says the situation in Venezuela resonates with him.
The country was in a bit of a disarray. There was a military occupied country, and it was very much kind of like what Katrina was like after Katrina, with the National Guard and the Army and all the people being here and everybody trying to put everything back together.
It reminds him of the invasion of his home country, Panama, back in 1989. Panama's dictator at the time was removed by the United States following his indictment on drug trafficking and murder charges.
And then after that, there was a process of grieving and coming to terms with the fact that you've been invaded by another person or another country. But I think the country progressed.
The New Orleans chef says the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro leaves many questions about the future. Benoit Angulo agrees.
It is unspeakable, the things that this person has done to the people of Venezuela.
The restaurant owner, born in Caracas, owns La Cocinita in New Orleans. He noticed a change in his country's population since Maduro's presidency.
He has run one of the wealthiest countries in the world into the ground.
He's hoping with a possible change in leadership, conditions in Venezuela improve.
I hope that things for the Venezuelan people will get better.
And Panama's former dictator was sentenced to 40 years in prison. And tonight, leaders say Venezuela's former president is in custody at a federal jail in New York City. Reporting live tonight in New Orleans, I'm Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.